Well, good evening. It is the P-B-S DIGIPRENEUR. I'm back again and I'm ready to talk to you some more about what's going on, what we're doing, how we're going to do it. We're doing it. This is it. We're doing it now. So, one of the things that we have to understand is moving forward from here, we're not looking at the minute. We have to look at the future in the real sense of the future. Not only next week, week after, even though those things are important, they're fundamental. These are fundamental importances. We're going to talk about the difference between that and those are the foundations of our future. And why they're different. They're the same. They're all one, and they're relevant. But in order for us to drive our initiative here and now, we must understand what the future holds and what that means for all of us. You know, I'm Hezekiah Pittman. I'm the P-B-S DIGIPRENEUR, and I'm bringing this to you because this is what I am supposed to do. And the message is clear. It's time for all of us to reap the abundance of the universe. And it's important for us to work together. It will never come as a result of competition. It must be by collaboration, cooperation, unity, harmony, sharing, and caring. I know people go, oh my God, this guy. Now listen, there's nothing wrong with that stuff. And, everybody wants to be this tough guy and, macho, and I get it. And there's plenty of room. But the point being is the heart is important to understand. We need to guard our hearts. We have not guarded our hearts, and those things that we find to be titillating, exciting, suspenseful, drama-filled, exhilarating, adrenaline-forcing, those things are generally principled in some type of human error and human suffering, even if momentary. Wrestling, boxing, and I'm not saying that there's not anything wrong with, people need to expend their energies, the kinetic energy, the physical kinetic energy. That's what sports are about. But we tend to have been absorbed in the competition. And the competition has become avarice. I didn't say average, I said avarice. We have avarice toward one another. So and so. Yeah, he thinks I'll get him. He's not. She's not. They're not. We're better than that. We can do this. Yeah. Nobody can do it. It's avarice. It creates it. It creates it. It creates, the slit tires and the broken windows and so forth at the proms and football games and so forth and so on, the fights, etc., amongst other things. But I digress. What I'm talking about is our spirituality, and I'm talking about that in the sense of our communities, and I'm talking about that as our humanity. And it's important to understand that this is a thing, more so than the individual. Each one of us is important, very, very much so. But collectively, we have to understand the strength is in our numbers. We must throng to bring back our spirituality. Now, whether that comes through church, whether that comes through evangelical field service, whether that comes through mission service, whether that comes through just being a good neighbor, a good parent, a good son or daughter, a good person, someone that attributes their existence and the abundance of the universe, to God, the glory of God. We have to bring that back. We have to turn our faces to God in order to be redeemed from those things that we have become absorbed by. And that's that heavy energy that's dragging us into the abyss. And I'm not here to preach, but there has to be some understanding that the spiritual aspects are not those things that are just there. We want to say, oh, that's just there. I can choose that now. And this is what's really, there is some fundamental truth to what's being said. But what I'm saying to here now is that at this point, there have been so many choices to put that off. And when people have dealt with that put offs, being postponed, so it's been postponed so much, and people have died having postponed their worship, postpone their belief, their faith, postpone their facing God and seeking God's redemption by having a personal relationship, whether that's through prayer, meditation, mindfulness, public service, ministry. There must be some understanding that the spirituality has to be built, and that's what ministry is about. Ministry is with all of us. It's not just a person sitting or standing in front of a group and talking about the history of the world and how Christianity or religion has progressed or how it has been. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm not here to talk about the judgments of religion or church or any of that. I'm here to talk about spirituality. And that's what I want to keep it on. People say, oh, the church this, that, and the other. Well, yes. I don't deny that. I'm not taking responsibility for it either. Those people are responsible. And we need to be able to understand that we're responsible, each and individually, collectively, but individually first and foremost. That's why it's important to know what we got to do collectively, because the ones that are reluctant, the ones that are scared, the ones that don't quite understand, the ones that need support, need the ones of us who are able to understand and to speak out. And we've gotten so polarized, we're afraid to tell our fellow men that we're there, that we know that they hurt, that we know we're part of, they're part of us. And this is what has happened. That's just the theft of our spiritual essence. And that is what Jesus said. When Jesus was persecuted and eventually ended up being crucified, he was telling the Pharisees and the Sadducees that they had not sought to help. They had only sought to exploit and to use. That they didn't understand or know the truth because they were from their father, the devil. Maybe it was parables, maybe it was metaphorical. But the point being is that there's an essence, and we have to attribute that. We have to give homage to it. It's within us, even if it's not outside of us. It's not external. We're still connected by it, and it drives us, and it affects each one of us. My demeanor, my spiritual demeanor, affects your spiritual demeanor, as yours does me. And hopefully we're getting a good effect from that. But we can't just hope it's to be that way. We must be able to know, and that takes each of us being individually open and honoring spiritual unity, harmony, caring for one another, sharing, trusting. We're still going to be scrutinizing. We're looking for them ones that need the extra help. We'll find ways. These things have come to bear. This has been the way of the world for eons. We've been here a long time. You might say, there's some guy talking spirituality and abundance, and you probably ain't got nothing. Well, you're probably right. The point being is I'm speaking out about it because I think it's not what you got. And that's not a challenge. That's simply saying, look here, I know. You know, we know. Let's do something about that. Let's, get their foot up off our neck. How about that? How about stepping out with the P-B-S DIGIPRENEUR? and becoming a self-sufficient community filled with spirituality, 5D abundance, where we care for one another, we share. We know who's fixing that house over there, who's working on it, who's making it, who's the ones that's coming in and setting the foundations. It's our people. That's what we need to be doing. We want to sit back and wait for all the money to get took from us. We go to Walmart, all the multinational corporations spend all our money there, go there, and then we don't got nothing. We can't get along. We don't have any local strength and numbers. We go work for multinational corporations, we pay our taxes, and that's what we live on basically in our communities. Is our communities are supposed to be getting the benefit of the taxes, but all our money is going up. The profits, the prices are un. Well, I don't have to tell you. You're out there with me. You know. The P-B-S Digipreneur doesn't just, and I've learned this, just a learned behavior. I don't just rant. I offer suggestions and support to bring those suggestions to fruition. So what I want you to do is go over to my website. That's the P-B-S Digipreneur. And that website is spelled SANDCPITBIZ.com. And look at what you can. I don't know what you'll be able to do over there. At this point, it's a work in progress. But at least read, understand. Look at some of the articles that have been written. This is the basis of what this organization is about. If we reach in and set straight our status, we're going to set our status straight. We are the chosen from the source. And it is time for our reward to be redeemed. Remember what I said. The P-B-S Digipreneur, and join our community. It is the Inclusiveness Project. It will be worldwide, global, in every home, on every voice will talk. And that's because of us, not because of me. Like I told you now, don't forget what I told you. I'm the messenger. You're going to do the work. And watch how that turn out. It's going to be wonderful. In the meantime, God bless all y'all. May the universe bring you abundance and blessings that you deserve. Prosperity is your future.